Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I don't really know how to begin this particular story aside from just saying it how it is. So, this OnlyFans star decided to sleep with 100 men in a day, and then she breaks down in tears as she decides to detail her experience as it wasn't exactly what she thought it would be. We currently live in a world that is plagued by the next big thing. We've got to achieve the next great thing in order for us to become a star or to be famous. And the whole adage of, it does. And the other adage is that, well, women are just a piece of meat to be tossed to and fro for the sake of men's pleasure. But what if it is the choice of the woman to do such a thing? It's both a choice of the woman and the men that were involved in this. And in today's society, you have these women that create these OnlyFans accounts and become mega famous because they do some really wild, crazy shit on their OnlyFans channels. Some of the crazy stuff I'm talking about is there's another OnlyFans creator called Bonnie Blue. She came to the Gold Coast to pretty much sleep with as many schoolies, young boys that just turned 18, as much as she possibly could. She was barred or banned from entering into Australia because Australia was like, we don't want you here doing that sort of stuff. It's gone beyond what you had originally intended. She wanted to, like, for days on end, man, as many as she possibly could. And her initial record was crazy. Like, I think she did 80 or 90 in one day. That is an insane amount of men in your own personal space doing that sort of a thing. And this woman goes, I see what Bonnie did. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do one better. I'm going to do 100 men. The amount of trauma one would experience from this is next level. There's also another OnlyFans creator, forgot her name, and thank God for that. But she has had a record of sleeping with over 600 men in a year. That is a lot of men to be sleeping with. Not the same man, different men. How these women are not getting diseases amazes me. It truly does. The level, I know there's this whole idea of protection and whatever else, but seriously, you can't avoid all the time. There's going to be slip ups and whatever else. 600 in a year? You've got problems. But yet everyone seems to blame the men for what the woman has chosen to do because, it's a man's world. So evidently the man wants this to happen. And again, if you're a man and you're sleeping with this woman that is sleeping around with over 600 other dudes, you're an idiot. You are seriously an idiot for putting yourself in that sort of position yourself. You're opening up Pandora's box for yourself to get some sort of illness or disease. And it wouldn't surprise me if the consequences for this are a lot bigger than you actually anticipated to begin with. Oh, sure, it seems great. Here's a woman that wants to sleep with me. Fantastic, I'm all in. Except it's not what it always seems, especially afterwards. And that's what happened to this OnlyFans creator, Lily Phillips, who decided, I'm going to sleep with 100 men in a day. And then she didn't realize how traumatic it would actually be. And I'm seeing lots of women crying over Lily Phillips as if this wasn't Lily Phillips' own decision and choice. Like, she wants to be a star. She wants to be famous. She is going to make a ton of money from this. But is it worth it? At what cost? Society is obviously telling you, do it bigger, do it better, go one more. You got to constantly level up. And this is the same woman, by the way, that wants to do 1,000 men in a day. She has that post up on her Twitter. 1,000 men in a day. She's doing a casting call, if you weren't already aware. 1,000 men in one day. 100 men in a day is an insane number. 2 men, 3 men in a day, different men. That's a crazy number. But 1,000? Goodness me. Here's what some people on X are saying, or Twitter. Everyone keeps hating on Lily Phillips, but ignore the 101 men who participated. The ratio of sick men to women is the reason few women become this sick. The thing is, yeah, men, they're sick if they're doing this. Yes, it's their choice. But they wouldn't have done this if Lily hadn't opened herself up and gone, guys, come on in. Lily asked for it, and the men obviously obliged. Both are in the wrong. Both are just as bad as each other, if you ask me. You're asking for trouble. Our society is doomed if we keep overtly sexualizing not just men, but also women. Now, if this was a man that had gone, I want to sleep with 100 women in a day, casting call, the internet would explode. Oh, what an actual sexist pig you are. It's definitely a patriarchal thing, isn't it? But because it's a woman, everyone has got this level of sympathy for her. And because she breaks down in tears and gets all emotional and is all traumatic. Mate, you're the one that chose to do this. For whatever reason that was going through your brain, you're the one that chose to do it. And some of you may be going, Jay, where's your empathy? Where's your heart? I have no heart. I have no empathy, I should say, for somebody that is a grown-ass adult, knows better, should do better, but chooses not to do better. Chooses to sleep with 100 men anyway and realizes the consequences thereafter weren't exactly what she thought it would be. What did you think it was going to be? Sunshine and rainbows? Like, you've got issues, woman, that you need help. That's where I've got empathy with. I've got empathy for the fact that you need serious help. But you know what? This experience probably won't last that long. She'll probably forget and probably bury it deep down inside and probably go to the next big thing that she wants to do, which is 1,000 men. This is just a slow build-up, people, believe it or not. But that's our society for you. And then her introduction into this community is both fraught and plagued with other OnlyFans creators egging her on, like Bonnie Blue, like the other OnlyFans model sleeping with 600 dudes in a year. Like, by the way, that person that slept with 600 dudes, apparently, has a podcast, and the 2 women on that podcast both share like OnlyFans content, and they make up these crazy, wild stories. Some of them don't seem very believable, but they're making a lot of money. And that's the other sad thing about this that no one really seems to talk about. These women are making more money than most of us will earn in a lifetime in one night. That is insane. Fathers need to teach their daughters some respect. Guys, you need to respect women. If you signed up to this, shame on you. Men need to wake up, grow up, and learn how to treat and respect women. Stop thinking with your appendage for once and think with your brain. Catherine Davies Morgan goes, Victim of a hypersexual culture saturated in corn, gaslighting women and girls into believing being sexually indiscriminate is empowering and their own worth lies in their sexual availability to men. Problem is, the modern feminist movement created this or helped to create it. A beautiful young girl with the world at her feet offers herself up, body and soul, to 100 men to be broken for entertainment, money, and fame. I have 3 young daughters and am sickened by the vile enablers and men who have exploited, used, and abused her. Love, honestly, yeah, they did that. But the thing is, she chose to do it. I don't think they would have been there if she had not have chosen to do it. That's what people aren't seeing. Now, the other thing is, all the men, 100 of them, didn't actually stop it from happening. Not one of them. All 100 of them went through with it. What does that tell you? Not one had the decency or the respect to go, nah, stop. Lily, stop. Enough is enough. Not one. If I said what I would do to any person who did the same to my girls, I would be kicked off this platform. Someone needs to give this poor darling a huge hug and keep her away from that evil situation before she kills herself or is killed. I agree with that. Get her away as far as possible. But the thing is, she probably doesn't want to go away. She's probably that enticed and that saturated by it all. Fame, money, power, notoriety, endorphins, you name it, they all hit. It's a drug. Have a watch of Lily breaking down in tears. Just really, really sad. That's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.